Hello everyone. So today is the 25th of December 2017 and I really wanted to take a moment to talk to you today before I carried on with my own Christmas celebrations. Today I shall be spending Christmas with some of my closest friends here in London. Usually I spend Christmas with my sister. I only have one sibling, my dear sister, but this year we were unable to do so due to work commitments. Of course, we would have preferred to have seen one another, but we will definitely see one another very, very soon. I didn't always love Christmas as a child, and certainly not as an adult. I happen to be a brutally cynical person. I see through things very, very quickly. And certainly growing up as a child, I used to find the whole event of Christmas rather bizarre. All the decorations, all the fuss, all the cooking, all this just for one day. Of course, I was born and raised in northwestern Europe, where there are a lot of people who celebrate Christmas for a religious purpose, as well as those who just celebrate it as an opportunity to spend time with family or friends or just have a bit of a day off. As a child, I was very dubious to believe that Santa Claus, or Father Christmas as he is referred to, was real. I could never really believe this. I always used to find the idea of some great big heifer from the north descending down the chimney rather frightful, and dropping off presents and gifts on the basis of how well behaved you were throughout the year. I used to find this very odd. I didn't agree with this at all. There was many a time I suggested to my mother and father that we should light a fire and burn Father Christmas alive so we could have roasted fat man for dinner. My mother and father always used to say this was a cruel thought to have. Then again, they never really listened to the recommendations for which that I would make, even if it were within their best interests. And the day that it was confirmed to me that Father Christmas did not exist, the relief I felt very victorious, as I was proved right. Imagine if I'd been proved wrong and he did exist. I would have been in the wrong, which is a sensation I'm yet to experience. My sister and I used to have so much fun. I think we probably terrorized our mother, but we would used to print out pictures of Marilyn Manson. Just at the right size, we'd crop them down and then print them out. However, we must have traumatized our mother, because we would download images from the internet and redecorate the decorations that we had with pictures that we had downloaded and printed from the internet. So we would download them and then we would print them. This would take some time, of course, and then we would cut out the images. Of course, myself and my sister were Marilyn Manson fans. Myself more so. Marilyn Manson is genius. The man is genius. He has genius in him. Anyway, we would take pictures of Marilyn Manson and we would chop them out, and we used to stick them on top of the Christmas fairy. So you would have this big fairy in her dress on top of the Christmas tree, but Marilyn Manson's face on it. It was very amusing. We much preferred it, of course, despite mother's dismay. I thoroughly enjoy Christmas time, as it is a marvellous opportunity to get myself lots of presents, lots of gifts, lots of things that I have been wanting. To speak personally, for those of you who might not be aware, I am a hedonist. Self-indulgent hedonist. But sadly today I have ran out of mulled wine. I absolutely love mulled wine. I love the smell of it, I love the taste of it. I also love mulled wine incense. I love perfumes that smell like mulled wine. I'm mad for mulled wine, but I have run out today. Usually I keep enough wine in the cellar I could get the whole of China drunk, but today I sadly discovered I had depleted my supply of mulled wine, which is awfully tragic. So I'm guessing brandy shall have to do instead. Such a subordinate drink. Goodness, how I relate with Father Jack. For several years, I've been producing films and sharing them here upon the platform, www.youtube.com. Those few films generated an audience of a few, and as time went by, and those few films became many a film, so did my audience. It grew from being a few to a many. It is my belief that when you have an influence, when you have the respect and the time of others, when you have a power, comes a responsibility to do what is necessary. On this day, many of you will be with your families or your friends having a marvellous time, and I'm glad that you're having a marvellous time. I do not intend to bring sadness to anyone, but there are those of you who I know will not be having a fantastic Christmas this year, or a fantastic time of things at all. There are those of you who may not have a safe home, or a nice home to be in, or a home at all. There are those of you who may not have a mother, or a father, or parents. There are those of you who may not have any friends. There are those of you who may feel as if though everybody hates you. Typically Christmas can be a day off, or this period is a day off. Typically Christmas is a time to relax, or at least attempt to. And in this time, and at this time of year, given what is associated with it, I think a lot of us wander back into the past. It is a time to reflect on the year gone by. It is also time to reflect back upon our lives. I know that many of you may not be having a great time, but today I didn't want to come and tell you it's going to get better. I didn't want to say to you, cheer up and try to enjoy things. I didn't want to bring a message to you that I think would have irritated you. And even now, you may think it vulgar of me to be sitting here seemingly doing good. I will tell you now, I am not a do-gooder. I am a doer. My only interest is to do. You will make of it to be good or bad. That is not my concern. My concern is to do. And for those of you who are struggling, as I said, I am not here to tell you it gets better. It could get a lot worse. I am not here to tell you things are going to be okay. I am not here today to tell you that everything is going to be hunky-dory and things are going to work out. I do not wish to sit here and say things are going to get better when they could get a lot worse. What I wish to say to you today is congratulations. Congratulations on making it this far as a living, existing being. And I salute your efforts to continue, to endure. And I must say that everything is temporary. There is no question of that. Everything is temporary. The adversities that are in front of you are temporary. I cannot promise that things will get better or worse, but what I shall say is that what you are experiencing is temporary. Christmas, of course, is preferred to be a jolly period. You may be feeling awful on this day. It can be an awful day for so many. But if there's anything I would recommend, do something fantastic for yourself. Get yourself something fantastic. Feed yourself well and do something great for you. And make sure you're okay when there's no one else there to do so. Make sure you are okay. Everything is temporary, even within our own lifetimes. Christmas, of course, is preferred to be a jolly and happy season, but that does not dissuade the fact that adversity and hardship and horror is going on all around us. The news of yesterday was tragic. The news of tomorrow will be tragic. We must also remember back to a time several years ago when there was a tsunami in the Indian Ocean that destroyed many a life. It destroyed many a place, many a people, many an animal, many an environment. On this day, there shall be pain felt throughout the world in places where there was great loss. I think above all things, what I am trying to say is that everything is temporary. The bad is temporary. The good is also temporary. They come and they go like the seasons. It is sad, but it is part of life. And life itself is awfully sad. Christmas, of course, is a time that I associate with the death of a friend. A friend who died 2 days before Christmas, 2011, 6 years ago. Somebody so alive and so full of life. Somebody that was always just so full of energy. The kind of person you would never expect to ever die or to ever fall ill. The idea of them being dead or dying was unfathomable because they were filled with so much life. They were filled with so much energy. So when they died, it was difficult to believe. And to this day, it is still difficult to believe. One cannot fathom the idea of them not being alive and telling stories as they did and being this force of life. But in conclusion to that, everything is temporary. All things change. So for those of you who are experiencing hardship, right now, as I speak, it will change. I cannot tell you what will come next, but it will change. It will change. But I did not want to make today's film about bereavement or sadness or pain. Of course, these things are valid and they are part of life. But what I wanted to say was, congratulations on making it this far. Congratulations on surviving. Congratulations for making it this far. Congratulations. And throughout the world, I'm sure that there are many of you who do not celebrate Christmas or probably treat it like just any other day and live in cultures where Christmas is not regarded and the 25th of December is just like any other day. And seeing as it is Christmas Day, I would like to take this as the opportunity to express my gratitude to all of you throughout the world who choose to put your time, your faith, your viewership, your respect in me and my work. I am deeply grateful and I thank you. And with the end of the year approaching and a new year coming, I hope that you all have a safe entry to the new year. But on this day, I would like to wish you all a Merry Christmas. Once again, thank you so much for watching. And of course, take care. Bye.